I'm already gone. Just let me lay down in.
Hello everybody, the third ever podcast is now underway. I thank you all for tuning in to listen, where it's me and the co-host Cartel. Today we are joined by the wonderful Zach Boy, who is Roads Policing Unit Inspector, who was recently promoted, so I congratulate him on that. So as Roads Policing Unit, you must obviously be a good driver, but how do you think the driving of the rest of the police force is currently?
Currently, I think the driving of the rest of the police force is good. Is fair. I think some drivers need a little work. More like on local and armed. Um, but yeah, the drivers in the force are really good.
Yeah, I agree with that. So you're talking about people in local and people in arm maybe needing a wee bit extra. Do you plan on doing anything to increase that? Maybe trainings on just driving normally, or how do you plan to raise the standards?
I mean, yeah, we will give more trainings for driving, and I will sort it out by like if I see anybody in the forest like swerving or speeding or anything, I will tell them to like slow it down or not do it again or yeah. So yeah, I do talk to the
Alright.
drivers about it and stuff like that.
Okay, that's good to hear. So obviously, road policing unit in the police service is it's a good unit to join. There's a lot of different things you can do in it, a lot of variety. So for anybody that maybe thinks that could be for them, how do they go about joining?
So if you want to join the RP or roads policing unit, yeah, you must be a PPC or plus to apply. Of course, you have to finish your probation before you can get trained. But yeah, you can go to the branch recruitment section in the Police Service of Scotland Discord, and when they open, you can apply to be either in collision investigation or you can be a normal traffic constable and work along with the other officers in roads policing. Myself, other constables, the superintendent and sergeant, roads policing.
Alright, yeah, that sounds good. Do you have any idea when applications will reopen?
The division is full right now. We do have 8 officers in the division, so I have no clue when they open. When they will open again. Of course, the division will need another, either another call sign or someone will go out and or someone will transfer to another division or something will happen. But I have no idea when applications will open again.
Alright, thank you for bringing that up. So, how do you think the competency within the roads policing unit is in terms of ability to do their jobs, role playing, knowing the amount of things that need to be known to be a member of roads policing unit? Because I'm pretty sure there's a lot that goes into it. So are you able to cast some light on what you need to be able to do?
Yeah, so you'll need to be able to do a T-pack, a box, or and spike the vehicle in a pursuit. You'll also need to know how to drive the cars and the roads policing unit, the BMW X5 and the other BMW, the 540D, and then you need to have some kind of experience. If you don't have experience, that's okay, but because in the
It's referred you
training
to.
because in the training we do train you on what you need to know. But yeah, it helps to have a little bit of experience.
Alright. Yeah, that sounds good. So, there was a bit of an incident today earlier where it was the superintendent of armed, Oliver Williams, was in the vehicle and he was driving. I don't know if maybe he was lagging or what, but there were quite a few times where he crashed or flipped the vehicle or just drove straight into the subject and killed them. How do you plan to combat this type of driving, especially at the command levels, to make sure that everybody has a sense of goodness around their driving?
Yeah, so I do think the superintendent of arms driving was a little bit reckless and careless, but we will fix that. But yeah, I hope the constables and other people a part of the roads policing unit and armed can learn from his mistakes. Because in Police Service Scotland, we learn from our mistakes. We don't just like pick on someone because they made a mistake. But yeah, his driving needs to get better. And yeah, from what I know about that crash in Duns when he crashed into a building or the fence there, and his car got on fire. He did get rammed by one of the traffic constables. That because he was the traffic constable was lagging, and he did ram the armed superintendent. But both drivers need to have better driving, and I did talk to the constable about it, but of course I have no power over a superintendent. So
Yeah, of course. Uh, I thank you for that. Cartel, do you have any questions you wanted to ask?
I was just going to ask if there was going to be any repercussions on that constable, because he was going around like he was going grade 1 transporting a prisoner. If he was only on one graphics, I don't think he should have been. Personally, I don't think he should have been going that fast, because it could have been a normal civilian, not
Yeah.
not the superintendent.
yeah,
Yeah,
of course. So yeah, the constable did have his graphics on 1 and was lagging. Um, so yeah, I don't think he should have been going that fast in a city. The national speed limit in the city is 30 in Duns, as there's a sign near a car dealership in the NHS road there. That tells you that it's 30, and he shouldn't have been going that fast. I do agree with that. So yeah.
Alright, so will there be repercussions? Will
Yeah,
he have to go through?
there will be precautions to other drivers, because yes, it could have been a normal civilian driving that car. Sometimes, yeah, we will have precautions to go against that constable.
Alright. Good, good. It's glad to hear that there will be consequences for doing things like that. So, obviously, you were recently promoted to Inspector. How do you think that that's made a real difference to how you're able to do your job, or do you think that when you were a sergeant it's kind of just the same?
I think that me being an inspector, I can now remove people's licenses in RPU if they're driving recklessly or anything like that, and to where they'll have to go to retraining. But other than that, my job as an inspector is kind of the same as a sergeant, so just a little more power comes to it.
Yeah. So, one of our viewers just put in a question. So, when RPU officers are responding grade 1, what speed are they actually able to go maximum?
So to answer that question, the grade 1 is lights and sirens, so they shouldn't be going any faster than 120 miles an hour.
So, obviously, going back to your promotion, you must have worked hard for that. How long have you been in the force?
I've been in the force since last May of 2020. Yeah, I got I got accepted as a student constable, and just worked hard from there. I went to the first training that was there by the superintendent of local now, who was the chief inspector back then, and then I went from there to PPC, where I then got promoted by who was the deputy chief constable back then, and then I was a constable, and then I worked hard from there to go to sergeant, and now I'm an inspector.
Yeah, so again, congratulations. You must have worked really hard. Do you think there was any significant moments that really made you stand out from others to earn a promotion? Because I know a lot of members of Police Scotland may be listening into this wondering how.
Yes, so really, I just worked hard as a sergeant and just really did my job, and all you have to do is just do your job. Don't be like hard on anybody, or don't pick on anybody. Don't I respected others like how I wanted to be treated, and yeah.
Yeah, that's good to hear. So there's a bit of respect as well between members of Police Scotland.
Yeah.
So do you think that if there's a pursuit happening, right, there's a pursuit happening and people are struggling to get the vehicle under control, how bad does it need to get before you're really able to deploy spikes or to perform a T-pack on a vehicle?
So to perform spikes, the pursuit needs to be going for longer than 5 minutes, and the vehicle would be going high speeds, like over 100 miles an hour.
Alright. Yeah. So I've just wanting to ask a few more questions. So obviously we've asked quite a lot about the Police Service of Scotland, but you must play as a civilian sometimes too, and what do you think from a civilian point of view could be improved to make it more fair on citizens and Police Scotland in terms of pursuits?
I think that the drivers of the cars in the Service of Scotland and the police service, I do play citizen a lot. Yeah, when I don't like to be killed by the group C, but of course I don't because I'm in the Service of Scotland. But yeah.
Yeah, it is incredibly annoying sometimes when, say, you even have a gun and you're getting chased and a police car just drives out in front of you and you end up dying with the gun. Although usually the admins and moderators are pretty good at bringing you back and giving that gun back to you, so you don't really lose anything out. Do you have anything you would like to address, Cartel?
No, you brought up all the points I was going to bring up.
Okay.
Again, congratulations on your promotion. I don't think I've said that yet.
Thank you.
Of course. And do you have anything that you would like us to address? Maybe make known to people that may be listening in? Maybe a wee message to the public about driving?
Yeah, so when you're in game, please watch your driving. We don't like when people crash into our police cars and other things like that. We don't like when people start coming up to us and like saying, "Oh, well," they come up to us and say weird stuff to us. We don't like that. It gets annoying sometimes.
It does get very annoying. So, I would like to thank you today for coming on this show. I hope the viewers have enjoyed the topics we've discussed, and I have enjoyed talking to you about them. I also hope that people are ready for the next issue that comes out, and they're ready to hear about all the topics we have to talk about in that one. From everyone at iIssue, and I'm sure from Zach, good night, have a good one, and we'll see you next time round.